Isn't the story scary that I wrote?
It's getting kind of scary. Okay, coordinate plane is basically what they're saying is this right here. And the x-axis is here and the y-axis is here. These are the positive numbers for x. These are the negative numbers for y, and this is 0. Sorry, for x. These are the positive numbers for y. These are the negative y. So these ones are negative. You should probably make notes of this. These are the positives.
Could I make notes while I watch the video?
Yeah. Always make notes. It's better to make notes than not have notes. Okay, so that is what they're talking about when they're saying the coordinate plane. And the reason why it's called that is because these things right here are called coordinates. And a coordinate is one x value. It's either positive, negative, or 0. And then they do a comma, and then they give you a y value. So this is the x coordinate right here, and this is the y coordinate. This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. And they do it in Roman numerals. So we don't write the number 1, we write the Roman numeral 1. We don't write the number 2, we write the Roman numeral axis 2, and then Roman numeral 3, axis 3, Roman numeral 4, axis 4. So they're going to basically give you two numbers. They're going to give you an x and they're going to give you a y. And there we go. You can see everything. The x is going to be, say, 3 and negative 3. So we're first always going to do x first no matter what. And so you're going to go over 3 on the positive 3 direction. And then depending on this, are we going to go up or down? Well, it says negative 3, so I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to put my point right here. This is a dot. It's called a point. And then I'm going to label my point 3, comma, negative 3. Does that make sense? You're with me so far, honey?
I'm writing down a math, but I can write it down when I watch the video later.
Do you remember doing this? We did it last year. And then sometimes they're going to give you a letter that goes with it. So it's going to look something like this. P, negative 5, and 1/2. So then when you're writing this, you're going to go to 5, and then you're going to go to, it's negative. Then you're going to go to 1/2. So it's going to be right about here. Now, obviously, we can't tell exactly where 1/2 is, but we're just going to take a good guess. If this is 1, then 1/2 is about right here. And then instead of having to write the numbers out, we just write P, because they told us that this coordinate is called P. If they don't tell you what it's called, then you write the whole number out like we did here. So what they're going to do for our examples are, they're either going to give it to you like this. P equals negative 2.5, comma 2. This is the x coordinate. This is the y coordinate. So if we were doing this one, we would go over 2, negative, and we would go up to positive because this is our y axis, right? And then we would make a dot. So negative 2.5 is right about here. And then up 2 is right here. And then I would just label it P. Then I go to the next one. Negative 2 is right here. And then y is negative 1/4. And we just take a guess where that might be. And then we label it Q. Then we go to the next one and we keep doing that. Does that make sense to you?
Uh-huh.
Another type of question they might ask is, I'm going to tell you to find what A is. So for this one, they're saying, what is A? And you're going to find out what the coordinates are. So my X is going to be 4. So I'm going to write in 4. And then I'm going to put a comma. And then I'm going to find out what Y is. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's that type of problem. When they ask you what the coordinates are, you're going to write that in. Any questions so far?
No.
I think you've got it. It's going to be another easy homework. I gave you a lot of problems, but it's super quick. You're literally going to look at it and you're going to go -3 and then -1.
Oh, right. I remember this.
Yeah.
I like these.
So it's going to be, like I said, I gave you a lot, but it's super easy. Like, it's not going to take that long. Okay, for these ones, they're going to ask you, I'm going to give you this. What quadrant is it in? So then we remember that quadrant 1 is here. Quadrant 1, and you can write this down on your notes if you want, is a positive and positive. Quadrant 2 is a negative and a negative. Quadrant 3 is a negative and a negative. Sorry. This is a positive. And quadrant 4 is a positive and a negative. So this means that X is positive and Y is positive. X is negative and Y is positive. Quadrant 3 is a negative and a negative. And then quadrant 4 means that X is positive and Y is negative. So these two are negative. So you would say, oh, that's in quadrant 3. This one is a negative X and a positive 3. This is in quadrant 2. And sorry, you just do this. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, kind of. It's still a little confusing with like the quadrant one is negative.
Well, it's fine because what you can do is just graph it. You could say, okay, where does -6 and -2 lie? -6, -2. So you can go ahead and just map it out and then go, oh, that's in quadrant 3. +2, +2, and then, oh, that's in quadrant 1. So there's 2 ways to do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's where we're going to leave off. There's some word problems and different activity things that I think you'll be fine. Some of them are review. Yeah, I think this will be easy for you. So I will